if you are looking for some of the oldest buildings around the world, you probably will be heading towards Egypt, or you'll be going to Sudan. That's where you probably see one of the oldest buildings around the world. I might be sounding very ancient and trying to take the train back, but it is necessary for the train to go back, because some of us in this part of our world and with what we do, I've come to realize that our people have a different way of viewing us. And when I say they have a different way of viewing us, is, you know, there is a guy who is called fitter. Fitter means mechanic, okay? I don't know where they got that jargon from, you know, never know how they invented that one, you know. And the fitter is considered to be somebody who is a mechanic, but he doesn't have much respect in society. And then there is a guy they call the carpenter. And the carpenter turns up in many places and he doesn't get much recognition. And then there's a guy who is a mason. He turns up in many places and people go, Charlie, no. It goes on and goes on and goes on. But when you look around yourself, when you look around everywhere, what do you see? What do you see? What do you live in? The shelter that is on top of your head, who constructed it? I want to touch on the topic of creativity, innovation, and industrialization. What has happened to us as Africans or Ghanaians? We've seen our nations being ruled by a lot of bureaucrats. When I say a lot of bureaucrats, you understand me? Just say, man for Muruli since time, from bureaucrats, say, Omaku school, Omunim Huma, or PhD, or way, Omuna, Omudi every day. But we see where we are now. But I don't think that the bureaucrats have been able to sit down to analyze the technocrat world, especially downtown Africa, Ghana. The people have not been able to analyze the technocrat world. I started from Egypt. The pyramid of Khufu, the first boat ever that was known to be around the world, was constructed by Pharaoh Khufu. It's called Solar Astro Boat. Khufu is an African. But today when you come to Africa, Africa cannot boast of creative giants. Ghana cannot boast of creative giants. Instead, all our creative giants are considered to be like people who are not really they say, I saw Omar baby, you know, they say, oh, I think anyway, but I said, no, why you feel do. Yes, but I do understand when they say that, because the packaging is really needed, where people working in the creative and technical field need to be able to have certain decorum about the things they wear and how they present themselves. But that is not a tangent I want to go on. I want to come back to the basics, that we need to move from the bureaucrat world and come to the technocrat world. That is the only way that we can build our nation. If you go to every developed country, you realize that the creative technical specs are the people behind the infrastructure of the country. Where did we go wrong? We went wrong because of miseducation. We went wrong because of miseducation. I remember that when I was young, we used to do something called crafts. Okay? So what is that? We contain now all their corner, your marks. You know, you weave you weave basket, and you take it there, and then they give you a mark, and then they access it. That craft system right now we talk about, you take it to China. That is what Chinese children have developed into the highest technology, where we are scrambling for it. We are going for it. Because China is go to it. The creativity was upgraded. The innovation was upgraded. Everything they thought about was put into a good use, and somebody analyzed it critically and said, this is how it's going to go. But come here, every child is wanting to become a lawyer, a judge, medical doctor. It's all good. It's all perfect. But I think at this point in time, we have produced enough of the bureaucrats that we need to focus technical specs, creativity, innovation. You know, when there is a good program, you talk about it. And one of the best sayings that I have come across in this whole political systems changing hands is the 1D, 1F. One district, one factory. I tell you, man, something that if it was executed very well, it would have taken Ghana to the next level. Anyway, what I want to say is, it doesn't matter how many factories you want to create, and it doesn't matter how many industries you want to build, but if you don't empower or you don't realize that there are certain elements of people in the country who are the driving force behind factory creation, industrialization, then you are losing or you are missing a big point. This is where Africa's problem has come from. We don't realize that we need to train enough technocrats to be behind us the manpower to build our nation for us. So how do you go on when you want to create a factory, but your creators or your technical specs do not have any clue about how things are supposed to be done? This is where we are. Many people will tell you that black folks never invented anything. That's what they will say. It is because part of our history is missing and it has never been told. And when they do give it to us, they don't give us the full story. So we walk around thinking that we never contributed to the world's civilization. But I am telling you that we did. We contributed to the civilization. But something happened to us on the way. But we're not going to stay victim, and we're not going to stay playing victim. We have to go beyond it. We have to go beyond it. The world belongs to us now, it's also in our hand. So what do we do? Ghana, wake up and have a system where your creatives and your innovators talents are being harnessed and used properly. Ghana, I take it again. I say wake up and capture your creatives, your innovators, your serious talents. Harness them and put them into a proper use. If you are watching this platform, I said that I'm providing solutions and I want to create jobs for the youth, especially high creators, high inventors, high innovators, people that can create solutions to the problems we have in our society, where it looks like we don't have solution to, but we have people over here who do have solutions to it. I want you to come. Go on the comment section. say something over there. If you know a little kid somewhere in Domahinkro and he's doing marvelous stuff, but nobody gives him recognition because they think he's a mad boy. Yes, he goes school, can turn away. Yes, he goes school, Konko can away. Yes, he goes school. Just say you can't see him go school. No. African mind of understanding school, which is say you go school, say school no need day. School now you see a color and no need day. School ni say who cause what body degrees ni sa we are making now no. Every house is built by technical people. If there is no mason in there, there is a carpenter in there. If there is no carpenter in there, there is an electrician in there. If there is no electrician, there is a plumber in there. Wake up, my people. Forget about the miseducation and come back to the right senses and come back to the real education. I am saying this and I want to give you certain standards where we think that those standards are standards that have been given to us that we have to use. Chinese don't speak English in Ghana. You always hear them speaking their language. If they do speak English, they speak it when it is needed. But on mass level, they keep the language to themselves. They speak their own language everywhere. They manufacture everything in their own language. They even put factories on our road and they write it in their own language that me and you do not even understand what is written there. They manufacture for the entire world and we go for it and we are very happy. But if somebody is speaking Ewe or somebody is speaking Dabani and he can create or he can invent the next camera, nobody wants to listen to him just because on Tibrofo. No video, I can do my lesson. Pegba domino. Pegba domine. Mileseri. Yeah. The fact of not speaking English, your story is gone. Nobody wants to listen to you. This is the stage where we are. We come to a stage where we have put something around our own neck and we don't know how to remove it. So we're going scatterhead. Creativity, innovation, industrialization, they work together. Do not think that you can industrialize without looking at the foundation of your creators and inventors. If you don't have any story that you want to give them, then forget that you're going to industrialize. If you want to have as many factories in your country, you're going to look for people who can actually create and invent products that can be consumed within your own country and that you can send to the other part of the world as well. But if you are looking to create factories, then you can go and bring other people from the other part of the world to come and be based over here. I am telling you that your domestic economy will never grow. Job creation is not about, it's not a miracle. It's about here. The youth is out there. They are doing a lot of things, but nobody pays attention to it. We are so busy scrambling for something that is not ours, and that's what we focus on. My platform is not about ranting, and I keep saying it. So I'm looking for community leaders, chiefs, or kings and queens to be part of this platform. I want them to come and tell us what sort of empowerment they would like to give to their youth within their jurisdiction. The reason why I bring up this is because every constituency there is a bright child over there who is on a high level of inventing things, but nobody is paying attention. Be it in the field of agriculture, excuse me, But you know what is it? Yes, I'm talking and I have to cough. Good things are coming out. There is somebody in your village who has very good agricultural methods. Somebody in your village who can be a very good poultry farmer, but there's no encouragement. There's nothing. Because we are looking out. We are not looking in. I want to make my story short. We are going to make sure that this platform here is going to create job for the youth. If we don't do it, nobody will do it. This is the next level where we are going. Freedom Nation Builders, as I say, one nation, one Ghana, one movement, one people, one Africa. Here we go. Boom.